Have you ever walked into a room and felt like everyone around you suddenly became a little more careful? You didn't do anything special, you didn't talk over anyone or demand attention, yet there is still something about you that makes others choose their words more carefully and keep a distance. Maybe you've been called unapproachable, too cold, or intimidating, leaving you to wonder what they see in you that you cannot see in yourself. The truth is, there is a hidden psychological mechanism behind that reaction. Often, people aren't reacting to your actions, but to tiny signals in the way you carry yourself. Signals so small you almost never notice them, but others feel them very clearly. Today, we are decoding the architecture of intimidation. We aren't talking about being a bully. We are talking about the accidental pressure created by a mind that is whole, aware, and refuses to adjust itself to fit the noise of the crowd.
Sign 1. You are a master of silence. In most social interactions, silence is treated like a system error, an uncomfortable gap that needs to be filled immediately. From the perspective of evolutionary psychology, our brains are wired to connect sound with the safety of the group. When people talk, they feel their place in the group is secure. However, unexpected silence triggers a mild anxiety response in the amygdala, the brain's threat detection center. When things go silent, people lose the data they need to read the situation, and they start questioning themselves. Did I say something wrong, or are they judging me? But you see silence differently. You don't see it as a problem to be solved. To you, it is a functional space. It is the moment when you are digesting information or simply waiting until you have something truly valuable to say. This calmness can accidentally create a huge amount of pressure. While others are rushing to find a random topic, like the weather or news, just to keep sound in the air, your ability to sit quiet and composed makes them feel like they are losing control. In nonverbal communication, the person comfortable with silence often controls the pace because others cannot read what is going on inside their head. Your silence isn't empty. It's a radar station of observation that makes the unobservant feel psychologically naked.
Sign 2. You stay out of the drama. Social groups often bond through a common ingredient, drama. Complaining about a boss or gossiping about a coworker is one of the fastest ways to create a safety signal of belonging. When people all react strongly to the same situation, they are quietly telling each other, I am on your side, I am part of this group. When you refuse to join that connection, other people find it hard to guess where you stand. Instead of getting swept up in the shared energy of the crowd, you take one step back. You take in the information, but you do not rush to judge, and you refuse to let your emotions be pulled around by stories unrelated to your life. This creates a neutral attitude that is incredibly disorienting for those used to bonding through quick agreement. Because you have clear boundaries and don't change your position under pressure, people who influence others through emotion may not know how to approach you. Your presence acts like a glass wall. You see the masks they wear, but they only see their own reflection in your calm, unreactive gaze.
Sign 3. You go straight to the core. Small talk acts as a basic social procedure to keep the atmosphere light and ensure no one has to go too deep. But for you, these surface-level scripts often feel uninteresting. Your mind naturally moves towards something more real. Because your nervous system likely processes information at a deeper level, what neuroscience calls thin slicing, you automatically look for the core of the issue. You bring genuine curiosity to a conversation, skipping the warm-up to ask questions that matter. Instead of, how have you been, you might ask, what made you choose this path? For the person across from you, suddenly facing this level of depth can create awkwardness. When they have only prepared safe, polite answers, your directness makes their familiar script stop working. Even though your question comes from a good place, it makes them feel like their inner world is being seen through before they are ready. You notice the micro-expressions, the 3-second pause or the slight change in breathing that reveal the truth behind their words. This makes you the Cassandra of the group, seeing the iceberg while everyone else is still dancing.
Sign 4. You stay rational during conflict. When an argument breaks out, the instinct is to let the amygdala take over, resulting in raised voices and high emotional intensity. Psychology calls the expectation for you to react similarly emotional mirroring. When someone is angry, they want to see that their anger is affecting you, as it gives them the feeling that they are being heard. But you don't give them that mirror. When the pressure rises, you activate your prefrontal cortex to stay in control.
Your voice becomes slower and calmer. You separate the emotions from the core issue and focus on the solution. This mismatch creates a frustration gap. Instead of being seen as a strength, your calmness is often interpreted as arrogance or cold indifference. People feel confused or irritated because you do not get swept up in the emotion of the moment. Your self-possession highlights the difference in how you both react, and not everyone is comfortable noticing that gap in the middle of a conflict.
Sign 5. You have a firm refusal and high independence. One of the biggest pressures today is the disease of people-pleasing, where saying no is viewed as selfish or unfriendly. To reduce guilt, most people use the sandwich technique, wrapping a refusal in apologies and long explanations. But you have learned the art of the firm refusal. You're very aware of your limits in time and energy, and when a request crosses them, you say no clearly and firmly. You see no as a complete sentence that doesn't need decoration. This honesty is extremely rare and can feel like an impassable boundary to those used to negotiating. Furthermore, you lack a desperate need for validation. You don't need the whole room to agree with you before you believe your opinion has value. This process of individuation means you build a value system from within. Standing in front of someone who is calm and independent can trigger a defense mechanism called projection in others. Their discomfort is often a reaction to their own expectations and the standards they are struggling to meet every day. If you recognize yourself in these signs, stop questioning yourself. Being labeled as scary or hard to approach doesn't mean you have a communication problem. It's often the natural result of living honestly in a world where many are used to adjusting themselves to fit in. Your self-possession is a brutal gift. People who are whole and aware will eventually recognize your core value. They will appreciate your honesty, respect your boundaries, and value your quiet, genuine presence. You don't need to force yourself to be louder or hide your sharpness just to satisfy expectations. Which of these signs do you experience the most? Let's map the architecture of the mind together. Stop managing the storm, start living the sunlight, and I'll see you in the next video.